We asked former Foreigner lead singer Lou Gramm if he would come back as a reunion if Foreigner got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Music. I know a lot of you have been asking about helping the channel. There is now a link to PayPal where you can donate to Rock History Music. It's at the very top of the description of every single video. Thanks. Here's Lou Gramm. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. If would you go?
I think I would go, but
because you know they want you to go. I mean, the fans would want you to go.
I don't know that. I don't know that. They've never said that to me. For some reason, there's bad blood with Foreigner's old management and Mick, because apparently Mick and our old manager thought that we should have been in the Hall of Fame when they had all our peers in, and we're now moved on to another generation of rockers, and they completely ignored us. So Mick and our manager went in there and apparently had a big blowout with the head of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and a couple of the executives there. And it ended up that they told Mick and our manager, I don't care what you've done, I don't care what you do, it'll be a cold day in hell when you'll be in the Rock Hall of Fame. That's what they accomplished. Okay?
Wow.
And Mick was close friends with, what's the guy from Rolling Stone?
Jan Werner.
Yeah, they were close friends. Their wives were close friends. They were always out dinner in a bar or going to a live rock show or something. They were inseparable. After that little to-do, they haven't spoken since. And that had to be about 14, 15 years ago.
What's your three favorite Foreigner songs that you co-wrote?
Jukebox Hero, Hot Blooded, and a song from the last album called White Lie.
Oh, cool. Why do you think, and I know you watched 2020, and I know you saw the doctor talking about the tumor in your head, and you were told that it was not operable. You watched that show. You went to visit him. Some of the fans had said, he should be dead. A lot of rockers should be dead, and they're not. But here you are. I know it was a long recovery for you. You had to write some of the lyrics down and stuff. But why do you think you're still here?
Because this is what I was meant to do. I was 47 years old when I went under the knife for that tumor. And my doctor told me, he says, this was a very fragile operation. He says, I know what you do for a living. He says, and I think that's fantastic. He says, but you shouldn't be doing any of that for at least a year and a half until we see how things settle in your brain, and your brain, builds up some kind of strength and resistance to what you're going to put that brain through with the volume. And
you went back fast.
I was told by management that they canceled shows when I had to go in for my operation. And while I was in the hospital, they rescheduled the shows. And they couldn't cancel them again, or we'd be up for lawsuits. So I wasn't out of the hospital 2 weeks, and I was flying to Japan. And I had all the words to all the songs written with a marker and taped in a semicircle in front of me. Because I usually could start the song off fine, but by the second verse, I didn't know what I was going to say.
Well, what condition were you in? What condition were you in after a show? Did you just
Yes. And a lot of times after a show, we would get on the bus. And I had the back lounge while they were, I was also, I had been clean and sober for about 6 or 7 years. And nobody else in that band was. And so I had the back lounge to myself, a small back lounge, TV, I'd have some snacks and some soft drinks or something. But when I had to go use the restroom, I came out of that lounge, and they were playing euchre just like I used to with them. As I was heading towards the restroom, I'd see everybody going, "Come on, quick," and I'd use the restroom. And when I'd come out, one or two of them would stand up and throw their arms around me and tell me that they're so happy that I pulled through the operation and I was okay to play, but I really wasn't.
Yeah.
And then they said, "And we're so glad you're clean and sober. We were really worried about you." And I looked on a table and I see the lines and the Stoli bottles and everything. And I kind of rolled my eyes up to the back of my head and I said, "Thanks so much for that," and walked back to my little room.
Wow. Oh, by the way.
So I was isolated and because I was clean and sober, ostracized.
Yeah. For of all things.
That tour was a tour from hell for me.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Hey, thanks for watching. And remember, make sure you like our videos. We really pay attention to that. It helps the videos perform better. Subscribe to our channel. We're reaching 100,000 real soon. And by all means, share our videos on groups or on your Facebook page or on your Twitter. And of course, we read all the comments. And I know a lot of you have been asking how you could help the channel. If you want to donate, we now have a PayPal link. It's at the very top of the description of every video, including this one. And we thank you in advance. I'm John Beaudin. This is Rock History Music. More from Lou Gramm in just a few days.